guys? This is Shine Like a Diamond. If you are new here, my name is Beth. Some people call me Elizabeth, some people call me Beth, some people call me Shine. You can call me whatever you want as long as it's nice. I'm okay with that. I've been called some all over the word, all over different nicknames. Even if I don't love them, I'll deal with them. Like Liz, I was kind of ingrained in from my mom that like Liz was not my name. And so when people call me Liz, it just gives me like, don't do that. But I don't care. I mean, my doctor for some reason calls me Liz all the time. And no matter how many times I tell him it's not Liz, that's not my name, he'll still call me Liz. But anyways, I hope that you're having a great day today. It is Thursday. It is Thoughts with Me today. That is my segment on Thursdays now starting this year, 2020. I missed last week. I've been super busy. And I kind of feel like, because I have been so busy with my shop, I kind of am like to this point right now where I'm like, I have to take time to do something else. Because one, I love my shop and I love doing that work. But when I do it solely, that is it all of the time, I get frustrated, I get stressed, I get like antsy kind of. So I'm like, I gotta make sure I'm doing that kind of happy balance, happy medium, that balance, doing things that I like, taking a break. I decided today, once I'm caught up on all my orders, I'm gonna take one full day off where I am not filling orders, I'm not printing shipping labels, I'm not like doing a billion things. And when I decide, when that day is, I will make an announcement just so that people aren't like, oh my gosh, she's not responding to me or whatever. Because I try to get my messages answered as quickly as I can. But yeah, that's been solely so much of what I've been doing. I need to have a day. I just do. I haven't had one in, well, let's see. Today is the 30th, and I have not had one for, I want to say 3 weeks, because it's 2 weeks since Miss Coffee's Live that really started just jump starting everything with like back to back orders. But I was having sales 2 weeks before that, so yeah, it's been at least 3 weeks that it's just been every single day. That's all I'm doing, really. I haven't had like time at all hardly to diamond paint, and that is my escape. That is my decompressor, like poof, kind of a thing. So sometimes my whip-in chats are hard because trying to find the time that I can like dedicate to that where it's quiet and I'm not making my family go and just do nothing while I'm recording, kind of a thing. But today, it's early this morning, so my daughter's asleep, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get up and film my video today, because not only do I enjoy filming my videos, but then I get to do my diamond painting. So yes, that is what I'm doing today. And we're going to talk a little bit about my opinions on some stuff, which is kind of what Thursday thoughts, with me are just like, sometimes it can just be what I'm thinking about, what I'm going through, whatever, or there could be more of a designated topic about like what my thoughts are on that topic. And today is a little bit of both, I think. It's a little bit of both. Right now, I'm trying to find the number 5 for my thing. And I think, did I move it? I did. Okay. That's why. Okay. Here's something for you. I know during my live, during the Sparkle-a-thon, I talked about how I was going to try the baggies. And that worked for like a nanosecond. I did it during the live because I really didn't want to have to kit something up during the live. Now, during a normal live, sure. Nah, I wouldn't even thought twice about kitting a project up. But during the Sparkle-a-thon, I don't want to sit and kit up a project. I want to I want to do something fun. I want to talk. I want to show you the sparkliness that I'm working on, which is this beautiful crystal canvas one right now. Anyways, later that night, I was listening to for the rest of the weekend, I was doing orders, but during a couple people's, I was like, I'm going to diamond paint for, 15 minutes here and there. So I did. And these baggies did not last long. I was so frustrated with it. I don't know how y'all do it. Baggies are not for me. They're just not for me. I was going insane. Now, it wasn't because of the getting them out and putting them back in. It was trying to find the color that I needed. And, okay, so they came with the number on the front of the baggie. Not the symbol, but the number. That is where I was having problems because I am so used to looking it up, or looking up the symbol to do it. So like right now I'm doing Y. I'm used to finding the Y and doing it. I'm not used to, okay, finding the Y, going to the key. All right, that's why this is number 5. And then having to go find the 5. It confused the heck out of me, especially because there's numbers on this canvas. So like, let's say it's symbol 5, then I would try to find the 5 bag, which isn't the way it is. And so that was just confusing me, and I was getting super frustrated. I even had all of the numbers in a row so that I could try to find them easier. Not for me. So what I did was I pulled out, I needed to do some down kitting really bad because I have I probably have 15 at least Harbor Freight ones, but I just get new ones rather than down kitting them. Anyways, I'm really trying to be more conscientious. I hate that word. With my money. So I'm like, I need to do some down kitting, and I didn't feel like doing it. So I'm like, I'm going to go get one of my old storage containers that I used to use. So I'm using this one right now. There's 28 in this thing. It's 4x7, so 28. See, I can do math. And there are these little, I don't know, they remind me of ice cubes. They're these square things. They hold a ton of drills, and they stay locked really nicely. And all you do to open it is squeeze the sides like that, and then it pops open. But you can hear it click. It closes and it stays closed. No problemo. But the only thing that is hard is when they're all in there. Sometimes I have a hard time grabbing them and getting them out. That is why I prefer Harbor Freight. But this is gonna work. And then what I'm gonna do, this painting has 35 colors, and there's 28 of the little things. So I will have six that will stay in the bags, and I'll just deal with that. And that won't be a big deal because there's only 6 of them. I'm not having to do, the whole 35 colors looking every time for the bags. And so that is what I'm doing. So no, I know I was trying to do the whole bag challenge thing that I was, challenged myself to try to do. It just didn't work. Now, I might try it again when I get more of my, of the plastic bags I sell on my site, because those are stiffer. I think they'll stand up better, and that way I can find them better. Plus, if I label them myself, then I can label them with the symbol, not the number. And so that way it'll be way easier for me. So then I'm going to try to do a bag challenge where I do my whole painting out of just using those bags. I do really like those bags, and so it was really funny. I had ordered some of those bags, and probably about I don't know, 2 weeks before I get a message from Miss Coffee. She's like, hey, I found these bags and I think they'd be really cool. Maybe you should look into getting them for your shop. And I was like, funny thing, I already ordered them. Great minds think alike. Anyways, so 2 days later, I got them, and I'm like, yeah, I was trying to figure out how to price them, and I was talking to her, and she's like, I think they're gonna sell like really fast, and I'm like, okay, I hope so, because I wasn't sure, so I only bought 100 of them because I really didn't know if people would, want to buy them. Well, they were gone the first night that I posted them or listed them, so. I have quite a few more coming, and I have a couple different sizes coming. So when I get them, which I should be getting them soon, I'll try the whole bag system then. And then I can let y'all know what I think about, doing it that way with the actual bags that are, because they're like a thicker plastic. They're not gonna like rip. You can reuse them and all that good stuff. So I gotta put some new white wax in here. I haven't for over a week, so my wax is just starting to not pick them up every time. I love getting new wax in my pen. There's something that's so like satisfying about how easily it picks up the drill. Like you don't even have to hardly touch the drill. It sticks to it. I love that. Okay, so today we're going to kind of talk about, there's going to be a little bit of heavy stuff going on, and I will fair warn you guys before we get there. But to start with, and I don't mean this to be a rant in any way, I'm just giving you guys my opinion on the matter, is I kind of want to say a little bit, and this is not directed at anybody at all, just in general, in life is what I'm talking about. So, I kind of get this feeling sometimes when I don't like something, or I do like something, or I'm a certain way, or whatever, and it's like you are almost afraid to say it because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to be ridiculed, and I'm really trying hard to challenge myself lately to really put myself out there as me. This is me. This is who you get. If you don't like me, okay. It's taken me a lot of time to kind of get to a point where if somebody doesn't like me, I'm okay with that. And I still don't know if I'm okay with it. I'm just learning to deal with it. Because as my therapist says, it's none of my business what you think of me. It's none of my business. Like, I'm me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. Not everybody likes everybody. Now, granted, I get along with most people because I am very easygoing and laid back, and I'm not confrontational. Like, I just kind of go with the flow. I'm bubbly. I'm talkative. I know sometimes, though, for some people, I can be too much. Like, sometimes I can be tiring, I know. Like, to my husband. I can be tiring to my husband because he is more laid back. He's more, like, not very, doesn't talk much. And he's definitely an introvert, and I am not. Now, I have some introverted tendencies, but I am definitely not an introvert. I love people. I love being around people. I love talking with my friends. I love talking with new people. I talk to myself. I have no problems talking to my camera. So but at the same time, like, there are people that can't handle people like me that, and that's okay. That is okay. But I don't want to feel like I'm afraid to say my opinion about if I like something or don't like something because I'll be ridiculed. Kind of like there's a stigma around Diamond Art Club. If you like Diamond Art Club, poo on you. If you don't like Diamond Art Club, poo on you. You cannot win with certain things because I feel like there's two sides. So no matter what, somebody's not going to like it. Now, granted, I think the people who get uppity, I'm going to use that word, uppity, on other people for liking like Diamond Art Club, I think it's just because they like it and they can't get it. Because I know lots of people that don't like Diamond Art Club, but they don't say anything to people. They don't care. If you like it, good for you. That's wonderful. So it's like, why do you care so much what other people like? Isn't it okay if they like it? I mean, they're not hurting anybody. If you're hurt, if the only reason that I think it's okay to say something is if somebody's doing something that is either hurting themselves or hurting somebody else. And then I think you are kind of obligated to step up as a friend, as, a peer, as, a person, a human being. But if they're not hurting anybody, then let them be. Let them be. I don't particularly like the diamond painting, paint with diamonds. Actually, I can say I very much dislike them. Very, very much. Now, one of my favorite paintings came from them, but it wasn't because it came from them that I like it. It's because of the painting. It's my daughter and Maya. But them as a company, I don't like their customer service. I don't like their drills. I don't like their canvases. There's nothing about them. Oh, they're expensive. There's nothing about them I like. There really isn't. Like I said, the only thing I like about that painting is because it's my daughter and Maya. And it did turn out good, but I had to mess with that painting to make it turn out good. I had to change things. I had to move around drills and change colors. I mean, it was ridiculous, but it turned out cute in the end. Anyway, so I don't like that company. I don't like that company. Will I ever buy from them again? No. I had a diamond painting from them still. Threw it away. But if somebody likes them, I don't jump up and be like, oh, I hate them. Oh my gosh. I can't believe you ordered from them. Ugh. Who are you to order from them? What are you thinking? No. That's none of my business. If they like them, they like them. Let them like them. And I think it's good, personally. I think it's good that we all have different opinions because there are a lot of companies out there trying to make a living. If nobody likes them, nobody's going to buy from them. Now, if you're not a good company, though, then no. That's not, I'm not going to support you at all. But I'm also going to be honest, and that's kind of where I'm getting at here is on my channel. This is my channel. I am the one that started my channel. I decided to start my channel. I named my channel. I make videos for my channel. I edit my channel. Nobody else does. So I'm going to have my own opinions on my channel, and they're going to be my opinions. And if you don't like them, that's okay. You can still hang out with me. We can still be buddies. As long as you're nice about it, then that's fine. But I'm just saying that I'm not going to hush about if I don't like something. If I unbox something I don't like, I'm going to say it. Now, I do say it nicely. I'm not mean. I'm not going to bash somebody or even bash a company. But I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Just like diamond painting with diamonds. I don't like them. I won't buy from them. I won't recommend them. But I'm not going to bash them because what is that? That just makes me lesser as a person. And I think that if you can grow as a person in any way, I think you should try. Because I'm losing my wording here with this, but if something bothers you and you feel like you need to say something, but it's not your business, then work on that. Grow as a person. Learn how to stay quiet. Learn how to not put your mouth where it doesn't belong. Because somebody might not want to know that the name they're choosing for their baby reminds you of an ex-boyfriend that cheated on you. I mean, seriously. I can't believe when the things people will say when people be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna name my baby, and people be like, oh, that's a horrible name. Why would you do that? It is not your baby. And that you just don't. That's so rude. That's so, so, so rude. I remember when I was pregnant with Maddie, and my husband loved the name Oliver and wanted to do Ollie for short if it was a boy. We didn't know what we were having with Maddie. I remember telling my grandma that. And she's like, oh, no, 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 no. You know, she just hated it so much. And so many people did. Now, I did too. I did not like that name. I didn't. It did not fit. It just didn't fit for me. Like, and I told him we could do it and stuff. And then after about a week, I was like, I kind of broke down. I was like, I can't do it. I just can't. I just don't like it. Like, but still, my point was being that so many people were so vocal about it. Oh, that reminds me of, or, you know, it's like, I don't understand how that's okay for people to be so rude about something like that. Especially when you're naming your child. That's just, I don't know. I always tell my friends, don't tell people what you're thinking you might name them. Just tell people what you're going to name them, because then a lot of people will hold their tongue because they don't want to be super rude. But there are some people who are. I have a friend who named her daughter Afton. And there was this woman came up and was like, oh, she's so cute. What's her name? And it was somebody that I think she worked with or something, or that was going to be, you know, around, and the lady came up and asked what the baby's name was. She's like, oh, it's Afton. And she goes, oh, well, I'm going to call her, and like came up with some other name. And the mom was like, well, her name's Afton. She goes, I know, but I just don't like that. So I'm going to call her this. And I'm like, what gives you the right to do that? Like, I don't get that. Like I said, you're entitled to your opinion, but you don't have to open your mouth when it's rude like that. Now, if you're on your own channel or doing something and you want to sing your opinion about a name, sing it to the rooftops, whatever. But I know this is kind of all over the place. So my main point just being, though, be yourself, be you, like what you like, and don't feel like you're afraid to step on toes or upset somebody. And this is just a little example. I recently found out that there's a subscriber. Her name is Beth. She has a Etsy store. Whimsical Daisies or Whimsical something. Anyways, I'll try to remember and link it in my description. But she came up with some new, I don't know if she's calling it wax or if she's calling it mud. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I was so excited to find this out. There's a couple people, Diamond Painting with Dave, Ash Inc. Who else was using it? Who was it? Nana, I believe. They all were using it, and I was asking them about it, and they were, raving about it, and I'm like, I was so excited because I want to try it, because I'm one of those people, patty wax wasn't for me. It just wasn't. I got it, and I was excited to try it, and it didn't work for me. It is cold here. I live in Washington. It is, snow right now. It's cold. It's the Northwest. It's cold. So, I did all the stuff, sit on it, put it in your bra, like all that kind of thing. And it would work. And so I'd be like, oh, yay, it's working. But then after about 40 minutes of painting, it would stop working again. And I don't want to have to stick my pen in my bra. And I don't want to have to, if I'm going to diamond paint, I don't always know 30 minutes before I'm going to diamond paint that I'm going to. I might just on a whim be like, I want to sit down and diamond paint for a little bit. So I don't want to have to do something I don't want to have to, we'll say this, okay, I use white wax. I like my white wax right now. Would I love if there was something better that lasted even longer? Heck to the yeah, I would, but my white wax works for me. And the patty wax, it just didn't. And I don't want to have to do all this stuff to make it work. I'm too lazy for that. I'm not planned enough for that. I just want to sit down and be able to paint and not have to worry about it. So it wasn't for me, and that's okay. Now, I might try it again when it does warm up, but my house is about 70 degrees, and even in the spring time and the summertime, my house doesn't usually get over 72, sometimes 74 because we have air conditioning. So I'm still thinking, I don't know how much change it'll be. Now, my other thought was, I know everybody else's patty wax was scented and mine was unscented. So I was wondering, I don't know if that makes any difference in like the chemistry of it. If that made it not work as well, I don't know. I really don't know. But I have watched her videos, I've watched other people's videos, and I haven't been able to make it work to where I like it. I also don't like that it leaves little, like, residue, a lot of residue on the drills. Now, I know you can just get that right off, but I just don't like it as much because my white wax doesn't leave residue. So with that, like, this is my channel, and if I want to come on here and give an honest opinion about a product, I want to be able to do that without somebody coming on here and ridiculing me for doing that. Am I going to be mean or say bad things about it? No. If you want to try it, please try it. People rave about it. People love it. And if it works for you, I am so happy and thrilled because not only did you find something that works for you, but you get to support another fellow diamond painter who has an Etsy store. And I like that. I want to support anybody who is trying, and especially trying something new like that. She's got guts. She has guts, and she is like geniusly smart, because I don't know the chemistry you would have to know to do that and come up with something that works so well for so many people. Yeah, that is freaking awesome. So just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean I don't like it, or I don't like her, or I don't like her store, or whatever. Like, no, I'm still going to support it, and I'm still going to say, hey, it didn't work for me, but that doesn't mean it can't work for you. So try it yourself. I'm just giving you my opinion on what happened with me. Same with like painting with diamonds. They didn't work for me. I don't like them. I don't like their customer service. They were actually kind of rude, and I ran out of drills, never got more from them. I'm going to tell you my opinion, but if you want to try them, go right ahead and try them. You have a right to try them. You have a right to have your own thoughts and your own opinion about it. So that's kind of just my point, is that let's stop worrying so much about what somebody's going to think about what you think your opinion, is or not going to be. And let's stop ridiculing people for that opinion, or for if they like something that you don't like. That's okay. If you have nothing nice to say, it goes back to like, being in elementary school. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I don't care if that's like a little kid thing to say. It's still true. It still holds merit. It's still something I think that adults need to learn just as much, if not more, than kids. Because adults think just because they're adults, they can say what they want to say and not have to worry about any ramifications for it. And that's not true. Not true at all. And that kind of leads me into a little bit more of a heavier topic. So if, stuff that's too heavy upsets you, that's okay. You can part with me now, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. But this is something that's just been on my mind a lot this month. I did put just a little bit of it in my video yesterday, Whip It Wednesday at the beginning, because I've been thinking about it a lot. My best friend growing up, I met her when I was, I think we were 11 or 12. 11 or 12. And we were best friends all the way through adulthood. And she was like a sister to me. I mean, we were always together. I knew her family. She knew my family. And she lost her nephew at the beginning of this month. And I know this young man. I've was there. I mean, I've known him ever since he was just a baby. She got pregnant with him at the same time I got pregnant. I ended up having a miscarriage that time, but I stayed with them all the time when I'd go down to visit them, and he was the sweetest little kid. Sweetest little kid. I'm not going to go into his whole story or his, the whole situation, because that's not my story to tell. But unfortunately, his life ended on January 2nd by him taking his own life. And that happened because bullying, judgment, ridicule, teasing, you name it. It all affects the same, and it boils down to being bullied for someone that you are, and you're not hurting anybody else. So what gives them the right to hurt you? Somebody was saying, or they wrote this thing, and I loved it. I didn't get their permission to read it, so I'm not going to, but basically she was talking about how, so today, like, where, let's say, a transgender kid, or I don't remember what it's called when you don't identify with any gender, but how, where, people are like, oh, we don't want to share a bathroom, or, oh, it's offensive, and this writing that she did, she was like, tell me again how it offends you when you're, when you don't want to share the bathroom, how it affects you when, and like all this stuff, when solely it affects this child enough that he took his own life. How it's affecting you so bad? But no, is it really affecting you so bad? Or do you just think it is? Because I'll tell you what, everybody, this is for everybody, but especially kids and teenagers. They need to be loved. They need to be accepted, embraced, in a loving, caring nature, no matter what your beliefs are. I don't care if you were raised very, very strong Catholic. I don't care if you believe that gays are going to go to hell. I don't care what you believe about it. You still do not need to open your mouth and say something to another person that's putting them down, that's ridiculing them, telling them they're going to go to hell. Who are you? You're not a judge. You're not God. You're not the God you say you believe in. And if you, all of that stuff, the Bible talks about him being the judge. He is the judge, not you. You have no right. You have no right. And I know here on my channel, you guys, I'm usually very bubbly. I'm usually very happy, because in normal day-to-day life, I just am. But this is something that's really serious, and it really does affect me, and it upsets me. It really, really does. It's so aggravating to me. And it's scary, because I have a 13-year-old, and hearing some of the stuff he tells me that happens at school is just devastating. It really is. It's just devastating. And I have a niece that is come out to be either bisexual or gay, and I worry about how other people saying things or doing things or judging is going to affect how it grows as a human being, because she's 13. She's trying to find her way in the world. She's trying to learn who she is going to be. And I don't want the hate that she might come across to help mold her into the person in a negative way. I don't want it to be so overwhelming she feels like she has no way out besides suicide. No, nobody should feel like that, let alone a child. And I'm sorry, but an adult who is bullying a kid is no adult in my eyes. I don't care how old you are. You are not an adult if you belittle or make fun of, bully, put down, say what you think is going to happen to them after they die. Like, no, not okay. Absolutely not okay. And I think as humans, we are obligated to love one another, to help one another. We're all here together on this earth. Why can't we be more uplifting, encouraging, helpful, loving, accepting, rather than the opposite? I don't know. I don't know. I try my best to be as open-minded, as accepting and loving as I absolutely can be. Even if I might have an opinion on something, if that opinion could make somebody feel bad about who they are, I'm not going to open my mouth and say it. And that is why this ties into that beginning of the topic. Yes, you are entitled to your own opinion. You can have your own opinion. But if it's going to hurt somebody else, if it's going to put somebody down, if it's going to make somebody feel bad about who they are, then that opinion needs to stay up in your little mind. It don't need to come out your mouth. You can talk to yourself about it if you want to. You don't need to be talking especially to that person. I mean, because especially it's scientifically proven that children cannot, and teens cannot think to the future. They can't be like, oh, if I do this right now, that can really mess my future up, because it's been scientifically proven that their minds aren't developed enough to think that way naturally. And which is why suicide is so popular. I don't want to say popular, but it's common with teenagers, because they only see what's happening right now. They don't see a way out. They don't see it changing. They don't see, someday that hurt going away. And that is devastating. And I've dealt with depression my entire life. And anxiety. And my mom always made me promise to her, and I've talked to my kids about this too, that if you have those feelings, to come to somebody. Do not do something. Come to somebody about it. Talk to somebody. Find somebody you can trust. Please, 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 please. If you can't, there are hotlines that are there and available for you to use. Because it's easier sometimes when you talk to somebody to kind of see a way around what you're going through, to see, okay, how this possibly could get better. This isn't in comparison, but when I was a teenager, I was 16, 17 years old. I was dating a guy. We dated for over 6 years, and there was one point where we broke up, and I felt like it was the right thing to do because I didn't see it working, but I was so hurt and broken during that time. I never, during that moment and those thoughts, I remember laying there in bed crying and like literally thinking, this is never gonna go away. I can't do this. Like, I can't get through this breakup. I think that being with him is easier than having to go through this. And oddly enough, we did get back together. Because for me and for him, moving on was just too hard. It was just too hard. He was my first love, and it took a lot of time and growing up before we actually finally finalized parted ways. But I remember feeling like that pain was never going to go away. That pain was never going to get better. And I didn't see how I could move on from it. And as a teenager, when you're having those feelings, and it's not just because you had a breakup, it's because of who you are, what you like, what you don't like, not having friends, not being accepted by your peers and all that kind of stuff. That's not something that you can even say okay, the pain will start getting better once we're broke up for longer. No, that's something that you can't even necessarily say you can start building and getting back from because it's still happening. Which is why I don't have an answer, you guys. I don't. After this, are there going to be kids that are being bullied, to the point of suicide? Unfortunately, yes, probably. Is this thoughts with me today going to change anything drastically? Probably not. But if it can just change one person, then that's good enough for me. Because like that saying goes, where the little boy, he's on the beach, and he the beach is just full of starfish, and he's trying to pick them up and throw them back, and the man comes over and says, why are you doing this? You're never gonna, there's thousands of them on the beach, you're not gonna even make a difference. And the little boy says, well, I made a difference in this one's life, right? So yeah, is he gonna make this huge difference? No, probably not. But for those starfish he did pick up and throw back, did it make all the difference for them? Yeah, it did. It did, because he saved them. So that's kind of where I'm getting at with this, is no, this isn't going to change drastically. Bullying isn't going to stop. Even in the diamond painting community, there is some bullying or ridiculing or teasing or non-acceptance or whatever. There's something going on like that somewhere, everywhere, right? Like I said, me making this video is not going to stop all of that. But if it helps one person click, oh, I probably shouldn't say this, or I probably shouldn't be doing what I was doing, then it's worth it. It's worth it. In the comments for this video, I don't want there to be any negativity. A healthy debate is okay, but anything regarding suicide, bullying, if it's in a negative way, I will delete it, because I'm not going to have it on my channel. Because like I just said, I want to really push forward to, I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do something to help with this, crisis that I think we're having in today's day and age with the bullying, because it's too much, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. I don't know how else to say it. It needs to stop. I don't understand how you putting somebody else down makes you feel so much better about yourself. Because I know when I've hurt somebody's feelings unintentionally, I feel horrible that I hurt their feelings. Horrible. I love this color, by the way. Holy jeez, that's a pretty color. Anyways, yeah, I feel horrible. So how you can actually feel good about yourself when you put somebody down, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. So that's kind of my thoughts on all of this, you guys. You can take it or leave it, and that's okay with me. Like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But if you're going to share your opinion, do it nicely. Do it nicely. Yeah. So, on that note, I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you're having a good day. Today's Thursday. As I've said many times. And I think today it's kind of icky outside. It's rainy, and it wasn't raining earlier. I was glad I got to take Lincoln out to the field. And I haven't had really done that too much lately, just because it's so, like, the snow and the mud and blah, blah, everything. But I did today, so it was kind of nice. And I'm going to do some more diamond painting, I think, this morning. And then I will work on some more orders today. And I don't know what else I'm going to do. I haven't decided. Just kind of hang out. But this color, you guys, is that not like a gorgeous color? Look at that. I'm going to bring you really close because I'm like going bananas. It is so pretty. Let me see if I can get you in the shot really good. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? This color right here, this blue, it's like a royal blue. Absolutely fantastical. So, I am a goof, and I talk weird. Like, I don't cuss very much. I don't remember what I was... and I just talk to myself a lot. And yesterday, my husband was in the kitchen, and I was sitting at my desk working. I don't remember what I did. I messed something up, and so instead of cussing, like, I just say random things. I don't even realize what I say a lot of times. Anyways, I said fluffy boogers, and my husband comes over to my desk, and he's kind of got this smirk on his face, and he's like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "What did you just say?" And I'm like, "I didn't say anything about you." Because I thought he overheard me in my previous conversation, which was about a movie, but he thought I was talking about him. I'm like, "I wasn't talking about you." He goes, "I know, but what did you just say?" I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "You just said fluffy boogers." Okay, I was just informed when editing this video by my daughter. It wasn't fluffy.
Foo-foo.
It was foo-foo boogers. So apparently there's a big difference between fluffy and foo-foo boogers.
Yes.
So I had to correct that. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's just like, that's not weird to you. You just said that. I'm like, "Well, no." Maddie's like laughing. She's like, "She does that all the time, Dad. All the time." And I'm like, "I do. It's not weird to me because I say things like that all the time. I make up really weird things in place of cuss words. It's kind of like a fun thing in my head, I think. I just say really random words. And I just don't cuss very often. I guess I'm kind of a goody-goody that way. I mean, I do cuss, and it does slip out sometimes, but for the most part, I don't And I don't like when people do all the time. I don't mind it here and there, but I really get annoyed when people are like, effing this, and effing that. I'm like, are you that unintelligent? You cannot come up with any other words besides that one? Of course, here I am saying, are you unintelligent, when I just said fluffy boogers, but you know, whatever. I'll say fluffy boogers all day if I want to, because that's, well, I don't know, I get a kick out of it. I crack myself up, a lot, all the time, and I'll say things, and Maddie will just look at me and shake her head and be like, oh my gosh, Mom, that was horrible. Or she'll be like, you're so embarrassing. I embarrass her a lot in public. A lot by the things I say and the things I do. I was repeating something that had happened when I was a teenager. My friend Daisy, oh my gosh, she'd probably die if she knew I was telling you guys this story, but we were in high school, and I was having a party. I was on the drill team in high school, and I was having a Christmas party for the drill team. And Daisy wasn't in the drill team, but she came to help me like set up, and she was going to stay for the party. And my dad and mom were there, and it was just me and Daisy and my mom and dad, and we were setting things up, and we were bringing pop up to the table, and like 2 liters, you know. And she picks 2 of these 2 liters up, and she puts them to her chest. And she hears me coming up the stairs. What she thought was me anyways. And turns around, and she's like, how you like my jugs? And to her mortified face, it was my dad. And my dad had come up the stairs, and she's like, how do you like my jugs? And he goes, they're pretty nice, because they were pop, you know. And oh my gosh, it was a joke, because she was like a sister. She was always there. She knew my family really, really well. And so, but still, oh my gosh, she was embarrassed. And it was like this running joke, and it's still like this joke. And anyways, so we were in the store, and me and Maddie were putting 2 liters in our cart, and I picked them up, and I was like, hey, Maddie, how do you like my jugs? And she's like, that was the worst joke you've ever said, Mom. And I'm like dying laughing, because I'm like, you know, remembering. So I'm like, you haven't heard this story? So I told her the story, but she was like red. She was like half embarrassed by what I just did and said. And the other part was, she was just like, oh my gosh, Mom, that was so stupid. But I thought it was pretty funny. I always think my jokes are funny. She doesn't. But, you know, I'm an old person to her, so.
Hilarious. Ha 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 ha.
She's just waking up. And hearing me talking about her. But yeah. Anyways, I think I'm almost at that hour mark, you guys. And so I'm gonna let you go. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If not, that is okay. You're entitled to your own opinion. Just remember, keep those opinions nice. Okay? Keep them nice. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Thursday. And I hope I will see you on Saturday, my normal time this week, in my live, Saturday. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we go usually for a couple hours, and we have a lot of fun. So, and I will show you any new cover minders that I might have gotten over this last week, and yeah, it'll be fun. So I hope to see you guys there. Don't forget, as always, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. So, with that, keep on shining, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching, and if you haven't already and would like to subscribe, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and the bell icon to be notified when I put up a new video.